once you got on, did you notice a kind of ideological slant at all? We're supposed to, I'm thinking of kind of a woke kind of thing.
Yeah, I do think the show is certainly more liberal. I mean, if you look at the audiences, you can tell by the people there, you know what they look like.
Yeah.
And
there's always like
it's
few
more
trans.
But to be fair, I do think the audience has quite a diverse mix of people. It's got all what they call the Facebook mums.
Yeah.
That would probably vote Reform or Conservative. Then they're not as in touch with all the current woke terminology, etc. So I do think there was a bit of a balance. I wasn't the only one in there this year with more right-sided views, but I'm a liberal guy as well. I mean, here we go. I'm anti-war. I'm anti-gun. I'm pro-choice abortion. I'm vegetarian. I love the environment. I'm not some right-wing fascist by any means.
You sound like me.
Yeah, well, I think it's like Piers Morgan. Everyone seems to hate Piers Morgan, and I think that's a sign of a good journalist. Because if you're loved by any one side, you're biased. If you've got a bit of this and a bit of that, that's the melting pot, please. That's where you've got to be. Because there is reason to think more liberal, there is reason to think more conservative. So if you've got a bit of a balance and you're not wholly on one side or another, I think you've got your head screwed on.
Yeah.
So I'll meet you halfway, Andrew.
But that's really interesting because I think you're right. The audience is more mixed, and that's why it's so strange to watch it and see them come down so hard on something that most people watching it would actually agree with.
And that's why I've got so much support for the things I was saying, and we'll get into that.
Well, before I'd even seen the stuff that you got, which we'll get into, that you got in trouble for. There was the woman who had said that someone didn't have a willy.
Caroline.
What happened there?
Great woman. I love her. She's my best mate from the house.
Oh.
And not because of that comment. To be fair, she did cross the line. I can see how what she said can be offensive. It was below the belt, if you pardon the pun.
But she was just sort of joking around.
Yeah, so she said to a transgender man that transitioned from female to male, she was a bit tipsy. She's had a few, and she was trying to make another housemate called Nancy make her say she fancied one of the boys in there called Cameron B. So she said this analogy, said, if you're on a desert island and you had to procreate another species, i.e. you had to pick someone with a penis, who would you most like to get with? She wanted her to say Cameron B. But then Nancy said Zila, who was the transgender, and Caroline said, no, but she's a girl. And obviously Zila had transitioned.
She doesn't have a willy.
Yeah. So...
but that is true.
Well, biologically, Zila has XX chromosomes, but that's the whole debate right now.
And apparently doesn't have a willy.
Yeah, he doesn't. So but you said he doesn't have a willy. So
I just said and doesn't have a willy.
All right,
I think enough. someone will go back and look.
As far as I know, Zila doesn't have a willy. But to be fair,
is it that offensive?
Well,
I don't know why.
The thing is, I think it goes against the Ofcom.
But gender critical, I don't know. We should look into that because gender critical beliefs are protected now by law. Since the Maya Forster case.
I don't know.
So gender critical in terms of saying, no, I don't believe that this person's a man because they're not.
So is there a sentence? Is it a fine, jail time? I don't know how. That's why it's very touchy. And even getting into a conversation like that, I had a few conversations about transgenderism with Zila in there. Some of the best conversations I had were with Zila. He has got his head screwed on, to be fair, and he's in touch with politics, etc. But the lines are very blurry, and certainly for someone like Caroline, I sympathise with her because she's of a generation where none of this existed. So things like that do slip out, and to come down as hard as Big Brother did to her, it's upsetting because she's a great woman at heart, and she was apologetic, and everyone deserves a second chance.
Her view that this person doesn't have a willy not only is true.
Well, that's fact.
It's fact, and it's protected by law. That is protected by law. You are allowed to go in employment law. You are allowed to have the belief it is protected that that person doesn't have a willy because they don't, and they're not a man.
Well, she also said, but she's a girl.
But she is.
Well, by genitalia, correct,
and by sex.
Yeah, but on a show like Big Brother.
Well, this is the issue. But I think when she comes out, is she still in there, Caroline?
Caroline is, yeah. I think she's on a formal warning as a result of that.
I think she should sue. I think her belief is protected, and she was humiliated because that was it wasn't just Big Brother saying like, "Hey, Caroline, tone it down a bit. We've got to be a bit careful not to offend people." It was Big Brother going, "You have used unacceptable." The voice has changed because like 20 years ago it was this northern voice like Big Brother in the house, and this was like Caroline.
Yeah, there's various narrators, but as I say, Big Brother is supported. The heart of its fan base is the LGBTQIA community, so they've got to look out for number one and got to protect the ITV and Big Brother brand. Now,
I just couldn't believe how they humiliated her, and then she was going, "I'm so sorry. Oh, I didn't mean it."
Yeah, I don't think she did mean. I do think she was sorry,
but she shouldn't be, is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, but if she said I'm not sorry, then she'd be off the show.
I know.
So it's a tightrope.
If she had said you're trans and you're disgusting, then right, I get it.
Yeah,
you know, kick her off. That's not nice. You can't be like that. But if she was like, "Well, listen, I don't think you are.
Yeah,
man. I'm sorry."
Yeah, I suppose the way she said it could have been adjusted to be more passive, but
she was joking.
I know, but fortunately they gave her the benefit of the doubt, and she is still in there. But
I hope she
feel
sues.
sorry for her because it's feminine swamp in there now.
When she gets out, can you put her in touch? I want to put her in touch with the Free Speech Union. And see if they can sue.
What is the free? People have been saying that about me. Is that
Sort of law? They're brilliant, and that's Toby Young is and his organisation. And
a Turning Point, maybe.
No, I don't know. They might have some link to do with that. I don't actually know. But you sign up with them and pay a monthly fee, and then if something happens to you with regards to your free speech, somebody kicks you off a show, say because you've said something that should be protected by law, the Free Speech Union will support you and support your law case if you sue them. So I think. Whether you've got a case or not, I don't know.
I'm not. I don't really. It's onwards and upwards. I don't hold grudges. I think it's terrible. I was so gutted, and again we'll get into that. But I don't pledge to take things on a litigious route.
Well, I think
never say never.
I think she should, and I hope she
probably has a bit of a leg to stand on.
She was humiliated.
I'll let her decide that. It's not my call.
Yeah, she was humiliated. They really went like, "What do you have done?"
I saw a clip, and she, again, I think I did feel sorry for her, but at the end of the day, that's the rules of the Big Brother house. Don't be offensive. But that's
but how could you?
I know.
Yeah, they're being offensive by telling her she can't have a gender critical.
She had to crawl under a shell and apologise. Otherwise, she's snookered. And
oh no, don't blame her.
Yeah.
So what happened with you? Because there were a few different things, weren't
Correct, there? Yeah. And some of which were not shown on telly because they were so bad. I'll let you make your own minds up with that.
Gosh, go on.
Do you want to know?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I've heard everything. I've heard because rumours, anti-Semitic stuff.
I know. Yeah. Well, I love Jews more than I bloody love them.
Yeah.